Well, I'm gonna put a thing out right now and warn some people, um, because this is gonna be talking about some pretty heavy shit, and I'm not really gonna show any of the pictures of what I'm gonna be talking about here, really, just because it's graphic and um, it shows self harm, and I am not open to put that type of thing out like that. Um, And no, this is not a harassment video towards minors. This is more of a message to them, telling them that they need to stop what they're doing. Because I have seen a lot of red flags in a lot of these Zoo Kids accounts, and it's very fucking concerning to me. Um, so let's start off with let's pretty much talk about the elephant in the room here. Recently, there has been a Zoo Kid profile on Twitter that uh, kind of went around, the Yosi and whatnot, and I was brought to this attention of seeing a picture of what appears to be a minor who carved the initials MS into their arm, and what I looked it up, of course, it was some with Sappho herself, because these kids call her Mama Sappho, I believe. I don't get that, but that right there was very concerning because underneath that they had a few more cuts that they did, and I believe I saw another picture they did where they cut themselves somewhere else, and excuse me, sorry, my nose is a little backed up. That right there is a huge fucking red flag. Um, I mean, one, you shouldn't do that type of stuff. You shouldn't carve something like that into your body. I mean, that is extremely fucking dangerous to do. And you shouldn't do it because you idolize somebody who's on the internet. You should not do that for them. Number two, like, look, I understand that there's punk kids out there, whatnot, that tell you to, do it and whatnot. Honestly, guy, don't. There's a lot of people I mean saying like, look, don't even, these are just punk kids and whatnot. They're pretty much the same age as you. Really, are you really gonna listen to them? Like, are you really gonna listen to them tell you what to do over the internet? I mean, it's concerning to me that I'm seeing minors do this to themselves. Because I mean, now you're starting to cut yourself, and I get depression and whatnot. Trust me, I was there before. I cut myself before, and I'll tell you one thing right now. It doesn't take the pain away. It only makes it worse. Let me tell you that one thing right now. That night when I cut myself, I was about. I know you really can't see, but very. I'm kind of clutching my fingers really tightly. Very small hole right there, my finger right around there. I was just inches away from actually cutting so deep into my arm. I could have cut off a vein or whatnot. I could have died that night. I'll tell you one thing, that was the scariest fucking thing ever. Because you see your life flash before your eyes. And I did. It's not a laughing matter or anything like that. Because trust me, if you cut yourself that deep, you could really cut something that you shouldn't cut. It can screw something up in your body or it can even kill you. And that is not a joke. that is very concerning to me. And to anybody who is feeling like that, I highly suggest you seek people out to talk to about that because that's very, very concerning. Um, it's concerning for me that you can see that type of shit. I mean, trust me, I get it. I get what it feels like to be that depressed and whatnot, depressed or whatnot, or just the thought, that's driven into you to do something like that to yourself. Trust me, I understand it. And that's why I'm so open to so many people to talk to because I understand where they're coming from because I was there before. I was in their shoes and I understand. And I know it's not easy for other people who, basically, you talk to, somebody and they don't really fully, know what depression is really like. It's kind of hard for them to kind of, fully understand the whole picture. But you talk to somebody like me, I would understand the whole picture because I was there before. You know, depression will come and go as it pleases. And it's hard to get rid of it. Yeah. Like, look, I know I might be an anti-zoo and whatnot, but God, I'm open to people. As long as you're gonna be respectful about it, and you're not gonna be all cussing out and whatnot like this and that, then that's fine. I'm more than willing to listen to people, but I'm not gonna be open if you're gonna start cussing me out and whatnot and this and that, sending me threats and this and all this shit. Then at that point, I'm just gonna say like, look, if you're gonna be like that, then I'm not gonna offer this help because I got other things I can do. And if you're gonna be like that, then why should I bother? Now, if you want to calm down after a while and whatnot, and you want to come back and talk and apologize, that's fucking fine. I won't hold a grudge against you for that. But until then, though, that's kind of where it's gonna be left off too. So honestly, I'm just asking you kids, don't do that. Don't harm yourself. Don't carve something into your body to please somebody like that. Because it's somebody you look up to or whatnot. Don't do that. I don't even think people that you would look up to won't want you to do that either. I certainly wouldn't want a person who looks up to me whatnot to carve something, into their body. Like, I'm glad they're a fan of me and whatnot, and they look up to me and idolize me and whatnot. And I'm totally happy about that. I'm glad I can, be there for them. But I wouldn't want them hurting themselves just to, try to, get the spotlight and whatnot. If that kind of makes sense. So, now on to the second thing I want to talk about for Zoo Kids. And that is the maps are welcome into the profile. This is a huge another red flag. I mean, this video is going to be nothing but red flag, and it's concerning because it seems like these kids are. How do I say it? They seem like they feel like they can trust pedophiles or something. I don't know. Sorry, I'm still I'm still half asleep. I'm tired. I did not get much sleep last night. Um, it's concerning to me when I'm looking around and whatnot, and I see all these Zoo Kids accounts, and they have, maps are welcome. Now, if you don't want a map, it's basically a person that's sexually attracted to minors, which is basically just, it's a different term that people created for it, so. Yeah, maps, pedophile, what do you want to say? But, I mean, this is generally concerning. And I'm not saying, the map you pull up on your phone or, the big old map you look at to find directions. Not that kind of map. I know it's a funny joke to me. Like, ha ha ha. This is more of a serious thing right now. The thing is that I'm seeing so many of these Zoo Kids accounts that are saying that maps are open and welcome to their profiles. And these kids are like 13, 14, 15, 12, or 10. You know, that is a huge red flag because, I mean, they're opening their doorways to fucking pedophiles. Now, I understand these kids really don't fully understand what they could possibly mean and, you know, what it can really do to them and how it can really affect them. But trust me, there's tons of victims out there that will easily tell you what they had witnessed and experienced that they wish they never had. You know, some of them, yeah, they thought it'd be totally fine to talk with older guys on the internet and whatnot, and they were taken away and they did horrible things. Trust me, those aren't fake stories, kids. Those are real. You know, and there's a lot of disturbing ones, and there's some I won't even dare share with a minor because you kids, because it is beyond dark, twisted, and fucked up. I mean, it was some guy in Japan, I believe. Yeah, it was horrible. But I mean, you kids don't need to be putting that out there like that. You don't need to be talking towards those creeps because those people are nothing that just will prey on you and sexually abuse you because you're young, your hormones are pretty much out of control and whatnot. It's kind of hard to comprehend everything still. I get it. I went through puberty as well. Trust me, I understand it. But you really got to be aware of what you're actually putting yourselves towards. And I even told this to one of the Zoo Kids on Twitter uh, not too long ago, like last night or something, like early this morning. I can't remember about that. I'm like, look, you're putting yourself in a bad area right there. I mean, there's a lot of people that are like replying to kind of the same thing right there. Like, look, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, that's not good. Um, and we're absolutely. It's not an okay thing to be putting yourself into like that. And I don't know what the fuck, Sappho has, I understand she pleased herself in a space with minors in it and whatnot. It said something about, thinking minors are fully, can comprehend everything about, being sexual and whatnot. Some bullshit like that. She spews out her ass. Um, Sorry, my hamsters are eating their food early in the morning. Probably before they go to bed. But, um, I mean, no, it's very concerning to me that, you kids are putting these, opening your doors to these creeps that will sexually prey on you. And I understand probably a lot of you don't want to listen to me because I'm an anti-zoo and I'm an OZA. I'm sure you don't want to listen to somebody like me, but I hope eventually you will understand what we're trying to do here for you and understand. We're not trying to be your back. We're not trying to be your enemies here. We're trying to fucking help you, for God's sakes. I saw a few zoo accounts that basically say they're fucking pedophile. Anyways, I'm like, do you not understand? Not to the kids. Do you people not understand what that fucking means? To fucking be a pedophile. How about the sex offender shuffle for you? Hope you you stay away from those fucking kids, you fucking creeps. And I really want you kids to understand that, these pedophiles they're nothing but total fucking creeps. They're disgusting, and I'm telling you this right now. A lot of you that have this type of stuff on there, you change your mind, not your ways as you grow older. Eventually, you're gonna look back at this when you're older and you say, "Man, I'm really thankful that I didn't go down that pathway, and that those people were actually kind enough to help me through that, because otherwise I could have gone down the wrong path and ended up somewhere horrible. Worse would be dead." I ain't said that in the world we have now, the world we're living in now, with all the technology and power we have, these creeps can easily, find something off the dark web. They look up your address and your information and whatnot. They can easily find you. They can trick you into messaging them and this and that. It's no laughing joke. I mean, once it happens, there's no going back. So, and I really recommend your kids don't try to defend these creeps either. These people are nothing but complete fucking sickos, and you don't need to be defending them. And another thing is never give them your information. If you get a fucking random text message from a fucking pedophile and whatnot, you don't respond to it. You take it to an adult that you trust, or you take it to the police and you inform them about this. Don't respond to it. Don't answer it. If they're gonna ask you to send inappropriate pictures of yourself, absolutely do not do something like that. You never fucking do that. One, that's illegal. And two, you can get as much trouble as they are. They ask you what's your address and whatnot, where do you live. You don't tell them jack shit. They're getting violent, they're threatening. You, like any of those things right there, you take it to an adult that you trust, or the police. Don't keep it hidden away, because they're just going to keep constantly messaging you, asking you, and trying to get stuff off of you. So, that being said, I just wish you kids to be safe out there and understand what you're trying to put yourselves into. I know it's hard to understand right now, but come in the future when you're a little older, you might understand what you were putting yourself into. And hopefully, you get out of those areas. I'm hoping. So, hope you kids stay safe.